Millions of people say いただきます before they eat, and almost none know it literally means raising the food to the top of your head. One word, a whole grammar of respect. So let's build the Japanese table from scratch. The food, the verbs that cook it, and the two phrases that bookend every meal. By the end, いただきます will never sound like just thanks again.
Start with the word you'll hear most, gohan. Here's the twist. It means two things at once, cooked rice and a meal in general. So, asa gohan isn't morning rice, it's breakfast. Hiru gohan is lunch, ban gohan, dinner. When you mean meal and nothing else, the formal word is shokuji, and the blunt cousin, meshi. What a tired man grunts when he just wants food. Now, what goes on the plate? Meat is niku, beef, 牛肉, pork, 豚肉, chicken, 鶏肉. Fish is sakana, vegetables, 野菜, but fruit hides a surprise. 果物, nobody reads those kanji piece by piece. The whole word is just 果物, a reading glued on as one unit. And the egg shifts shape. Raw, it's tamago. Cooked, the writing politely changes to tamago. Same sound, different kanji.
Drinks reveal a deep pattern. Japanese often carries two words for one idea. Take milk, the formal Chinese-derived gyunyu, and the everyday miruku. Same drink, two registers. Water is mizu, tea is ocha, coffee, kohi. And notice that little o ahead of cha. It's not respect toward anyone, it's beautification, a polish that makes the word sound refined. Hold on to that o. It returns at the most important moment of the meal.
Before we cook, here's how Japan sorts its meals. 3 buckets. Washoku is traditional Japanese food. Youshoku is Western food reinvented for Japanese tastes, like curry rice no European would recognize. And chuka is Chinese style. Hungry and don't want to decide? Order a teishoku, a set meal. One main, rice, soup, sides, all at once. The safest thing on any menu. Now the heat. Japanese names cooking by method, and 4 verbs do the work. Yaku, to grill or bake. Niru, to simmer. Musu, to steam. Ageru, to deep fry. Here's the elegant part. Add mono, thing, and you get the dish. Yakimono, a grilled dish. Nimono, simmered. Agemono, deep fried. The method becomes the menu. One catch. Outside the kitchen, yakimono means fired pottery. But those verbs each have a secret partner. And here, Japanese gets clever. One means I cook it. The other, it cooks itself. Yaku is I grill it, but yakiru, it got grilled with no cook in sight. The first kind takes the particle wo. The second takes ga, the thing that changes. One odd one out. Musu won't play. As an intransitive, it doesn't mean it steams. It means the weather's muggy. Heat is only half a kitchen. Everyday verbs fill the rest. Kiru, to cut. Mazeru, to mix. Itameru, to stir-fry. Tsukuru, to make. Now a trap that catches every learner. English has one word, boil. Japanese splits it. Yuderu is boiling in plain water. Pasta, an egg. Niru is simmering in seasoned broth. So don't pick by the English word, pick by the liquid, plain or flavored. Now set the table. The star is hashi, chopsticks, usually softened to ohashi. Your rice bowl is chawan, which also names a tea bowl. A plate is osara, a soup bowl, owan. Then the borrowed tools, spoon, fork, knife. And there's that o again, ohashi, osara, the polish we met with ocha. Hold the thought one last time. It's about to matter.
Now, the verb at the heart of it all, to eat, 食べる, to drink, 飲む. But eat climbs a ladder of politeness. At the bottom, the blunt 食う. In the middle, polite 食べる. And at the top, it splits two ways. Tattoo this on your brain. For your own eating, go humble, いただく. For someone else's, honorific, 召し上がる. Say 召し上がる about yourself, and you've grandly honored your own dinner. So, 召し上がる for your guest, いただく for you. Never the reverse.
Put it to work. Walk into a restaurant. いらっしゃいませ, the staff calls. Welcome. Two patterns order anything. The plain をください and the politer をお願いします. Not sure? Ask おすすめは何ですか? What do you recommend? To wave staff over, just すみません. And to pay, ask for お会計, the check. The whole arc of a meal, from the door to the bill. Which brings us back to where we started. いただきます. It's the humble verb いただく, alive inside the phrase. Its oldest meaning is いただき, the crown of your head, the summit of a mountain. To いただく something was to lift it respectfully to the top of your head. So いただきます isn't a frozen idiom. It's a tiny living sentence. I humbly receive this. Gratitude to the cook, to the rice itself. Not a polite reflex. A bow made of grammar. And to close the meal, ごちそうさまでした. Even better. Inside sits ちそう, kanji that literally mean galloping a horse and running about, because feeding a guest once meant racing around town for the best ingredients. So it means, literally, thank you for running yourself ragged for me. And one rule worth keeping, never stand chopsticks upright in rice. It mimics an offering for the dead. So there's the whole table, from raw kome to the bow before the first bite. いただきます was never just thanks. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to keep going, Amenokori, the #1 app to learn Japanese in context, is free on the Apple App Store and Google Play.